Just let everyone know, DJ is finishing up a round of Among Us, so that's why we're taking 1,000 years to actually do something. Alrighty, I think we're finally ready.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. All right. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the first ever live TechBois podcast episode. For anyone who is here for our original pilot show that was strictly on Twitch, we have deemed that the pilot show for the biggest reason, as in A, the stories are super old to where posting it right now would make no sense, but also B, we didn't want to make our first ever episode be one where we're still not 1,000% figuring out what we're doing, but we have a little bit of a better concept since we did the first pilot episode, and now that we know how we can work off of each other, hopefully now we can involve you guys who are our live audience. So we're streaming both right now onto both YouTube and on Twitch. So for people who hate Twitch, hi on YouTube. For people who hate YouTube, hi on Twitch. Best of both worlds, ladies and gentlemen. Next up, we'll have to do Facebook gaming. We'll see how that happens.
I wouldn't know how to get started on Facebook.
I wouldn't know either. I had someone try to help me, and I told them I was so confused it wasn't even funny. But as always, guys, it is I, Luigi, or Matt, wherever you want to call me, and that over there is Danny, or as simply we just call him DJ to make it easier for my life.
Quite simple.
So it's a lot easier. So, but thank you everyone for hanging out while we were getting everything ready and stuff like that. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this episode. We have a lot of very juicy details and tea to talk about on tonight's episode. And also, I will also be giving some thoughts as well on the case I unboxed, which you guys should be seeing before seeing the first episode of this up on YouTube that will be broken up in story parts. So I'm very excited to do this. I also just want to thank you guys for being here and hanging out with us tonight. It's going to be a whole lot. If you have any friends or anyone like that who are really into tech and think they'll enjoy us, share our links everywhere. It always does help out for us. Alrighty. So enough of the intro, enough of all that fun type of crap. Let's get into, I think, the most funny topic for me, I guess, because this is frustrating. Yeah, it's both the same because we've been trying to do this for a while. So, also, I've also learned some techniques on OBS. If I just hit the up button now, it actually takes us to this lovely scene. So on here, if you guys can tell, yes, I'm using The Verge. I'm sorry, but this is the only one who had the tweet embedded in the site itself, so I had to have 3 different tabs pulled up. But PlayStation announced the PlayStation 5 pre-orders would have started on Tuesday, correct? They did the event on Monday or Tuesday. Either way, the pre-orders were supposed to happen the day after. And the issue was that some realtors, Walmart, Target, Best Buy,
GameStop.
Amazon, might have taken it as pre-orders, go live now, press button, and then now we're fucked. Everybody is very frustrated about this, and I am also in that boat as well too, because the same night that the event happened was the same night that I worked. Same thing with DJ, and the next thing that happened for, I want to say, a good 20-30 minutes straight, where just phone calls after phone calls after phone calls about the PS5 pre-orders. And so PlayStation, I want to say about 2 or 3 days ago, as of recording this, we're filming this on the 22nd of September, post something on their Twitter page. If you want to read it out, it's right there on the screen for me. You can read, can't you?
I'll let you read.
Well, I didn't know you can read.
PlayStation itself has stated, let's be honest, PS5 pre-orders could have been a lot smoother, and they truly apologize for it. Said over the next few days, we'll release more PS5 consoles for pre-order. Retailers will share more details, and more PS5s will be available through the end of the year.
So, I think the funny part about all this is that this could have been very much avoided if
all stores did in-store pre-orders.
Exactly. So I'm not saying that I don't like online pre-orders. Actually, I have a complaint about online pre-orders here in a moment. And I'll show you guys why. But if realtors, including Walmart, Target, Best Buy, and everyone else that's not strictly just GameStop for our area, would allow us to do in-store pre-orders, we would not have to worry about not having the PlayStation 5 pre-order worry. Yes, online, doing stuff online is like great for the people for the comfort of their home, but it really doesn't help for the people who don't have that comfort. You know, they have to work on finding a different way of doing it.
Yeah. Some people, they are going to obviously stay at home because they're still afraid, and that's understandable. And then you got some people who don't care, who will go to any means. And then you got people who are in the middle of both.
So, when was it? I want to say it was 2 or 3 days ago. You and I went to GameStop. And GameStop said that pre-orders would have started the next day. So, our store didn't open until noon. So he gets out there first. I'm just driving out there when I get a text. I'm basically at the stoplight of turning, really, before I'm getting to the block area where the GameStop was, and I get a text saying that, hey, all the pre-orders are sold out. And this kind of shows something that I'm not a very big fan of, and I'm going to get into this in a second too with a little rant. in-store pre-orders need to have a different stock than online pre-orders. And
They
I
need to
say
have
that
at least I would say a good handful of in-store pre-orders, like you was bringing up.
if for people who are looking to do like what do you call it, like payment options and stuff, I could see how some companies may not do those type of options, and I do understand that because some companies, Target, don't like having things being split up. They like everything being paid at one full time, and I get that. But if that's what they were worried about, you could legitimately just say we're doing in-store pre-orders, but you have to basically buy the console, but it won't charge until it gets to you. And that's why I want to get to real quickly is that I pre-ordered a copy of Super Mario 3D All Stars. That game came out on the 18th, so that came out on Friday. I just received the game today in the mail. So for me to play it on day one, I would have had better luck of just buying it in store. And that's why I did that day. I just bought it in store. I accidentally left my bag at the work and I had to go back the next day. But I bought it in store because if I knew that it was going to be 3 or 4 days late, I truly wouldn't have even done the pre-order stuff. But I guess that was my fault because it didn't say on there specifically that it would be here day one. But you would think that if you would pre-order an item, it would be to you day one, like not shipped day one. Because that means the pre-order then is basically useless for people like me who will use that game for like PR and promotions for my personal channel and stuff like and that type of stuff, and it wouldn't make any sense. But that's what I'm worried about too. And actually, some realtors, including Amazon, have had to not ship, but had to send emails to certain people, like saying that, hey, listen, we understand that you pre-ordered the PS5. Here's the thing, we don't think we have enough to ship out to you, so you may not get yours until after the first wave. And that news that I heard really just make that sink into my brain for a second. If I could just go to Target or Walmart or Best Buy and just day one get the console there and they have a huge stock of it, why the hell would I even attempt to pre-order after all this mess? I'm not blaming Sony 100% about this, and I don't think he does either.
It's the retailers.
It's just a combination of Sony not knowing how many people are going to want, and obviously seeing bigger numbers than what they anticipated, and one of the realtors, was it ever said which realtor went live first?
They all went live at the same time.
They all went live at the same time? Okay. Because I heard a rumor, this is just a rumor, that one of the companies went live first, and then all the other companies followed suit.
Walmart went first, but they all pretty much went about the same time.
Okay. So
5 minutes after the conference ended, GameStop allowed in-store pre-orders.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is that if the PR people or the people who are in charge of like the online stuff, next time please listen to Sony when they say it's not going to be here, like we're not going to do pre-orders until tomorrow at like midnight or whatever. Like, allow Sony that time to get everybody numbers and stuff like that, because Sony had no time to give numbers. Target and Walmart and Amazon was like, all right, well, we're just going to do pre-order. Oh, we're done.
With the PlayStation 5, you're going to have a better chance of getting a console in store day one if you just simply go to the store and get it.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting for your pre-order to come in the mail.
So, I mean, I think that's what we're gonna do. I think is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna camp out for a little bit. I'll probably at Target. I'm not my target, but a target, and just see how many I are there. But this whole fiasco could have been settled if we just did in-store pre-orders, or at least like a ticket structure to where, they send the company like, hey, you're getting 100 consoles on day one. So 100 people can come in and pre-order, and they will get it day one at your store.
Honestly, I think that's what most stores are going to do.
The only thing is that would have to happen day one, though. They would have to give people outside a ticket. I'm talking about people coming in to do a pre-order. They get this like piece of paper or slip or something that
That's
says,
what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Like, since we worked there.
Yeah. Hey, Target, can you do me a favor? Target, can you guys do me a small favor? Listen, I really want a PS5, and so does DJ. Can you please just send us one? Like, listen, I'll give you all the information that you want, where our store is and everything. Not you guys, but Target. But please give us one. We're asking as nicely as possible.
We'll get one eventually.
Day 90. Oh, boy. There we go. I'm going to turn up your mic just a tiny bit. I can tell that I'm loud, but also that's just me.
I'm just a soft-spoken person.
Yes. Yeah. Well, there you go. That's Sony, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty. So, I guess getting into our next topic is going to be the Apple event. What did you know what day the Apple event went down? I can't remember.
I think.
Tuesday or something like that. Apple did another event, and I thought that instead of just talking about the event, we'll kind of just talk about the products that happened with the event, at least the ones that we're interested in. So we're going to talk about the Apple Watch Series 6, the SE, the new iPad Air, which I have a lot of feelings about, and also about the new Ep.1 subscription service. So these are going to be really cool. Why is Cortana on my screen? Get off my screen, Cortana. No one likes you. Anyways. Okay. So, the Apple Watch Series 6. Now, I don't know a whole lot about the big differences between the Apple Watch Series 5 and Series 6.
Series 6 has a brighter display. And the blood O2 sensor on it.
Is that it?
There's more. It's just newer. It's got the new chipset.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Brighter display.
So from the PR speak, Apple Watch Series 6 measures your blood oxygen level with a revolutionary new sensor and app, taking ECG anytime, anywhere. So your fitness metrics at a glance with the enhanced always-on Retina display with Apple Watch Series 6 in your wrist. A healthier, more active, and more connected life is within reach. So that's nice.
Apple does the health thing right compared to others.
So have you ever with the Apple Watch stuff, what did you do a lot with the with your Apple Watch? So I'm not the biggest, if you guys can tell, I am not the biggest fitness guy here at the table. But what were things that you did with the fitness stuff from your old Apple Watch?
I just did a bunch of fitness stuff. I walked around, exercised here and there, and it tracked it pretty well for everything that I used it for.
Yeah, so this is showing the new sensor on screen for you guys. It's showing the new sensor, and I believe the sensor is a RGB LED sensor, so it will use red, green, and blue LEDs, I believe, or it might just be only red and green. I don't remember. But this is going to be something that's going to be brand new with Apple Watch Series 6, which is supposed to help measure things a little bit better and be more accurate to what they have in the doctor's offices, which are pretty cool. So, and this is just really, I just really like Apple's presentation on their website. I really do, just showing these really cool things. It was green, red, and infrared. Well, I tried. I tried remembering. That's my fault. Okay. Yeah, and then there'll also be a new Apple fitness app that you can download when this all comes out. The one cool thing that I'm excited about, other than the sleep stuff, is
I think Apple said you get 3 months free of the Apple Fitness Plus if you get an Apple Watch Series 6.
Yeah,
I believe.
I'm very excited about this concept right here. The concept of being able to see your Apple Watch display onto your iPhone. I think that is an amazing feature to have, especially for people who don't want to keep doing this all the time while doing their stuff. They'll be able to watch their the fitness videos and stuff like that strictly on their iPhone or on their. Would this work on the iPad too, or is it strictly iPhone for now?
Just iPhone.
So they'll be able to have this just kind of just like this for an example, and be able to see everything on the screen right there. I think that's a very nice feature to have, since people are going to be looking at that screen anyways. They can just slightly just take a look up versus having to look down at their wrist if they had to do it the older way. So I think that's just a really nice little thing. The only thing I don't know about is the new Fitness Plus stuff. But apparently it's coming out this year, right? At the fall?
I think late 2020.
Yeah, this is the one thing I don't know about is the Fitness Plus stuff. This is the one thing I did not watch on the event. Fitness experience for everyone, Power Apple Watch, world-class workouts by the top.
So it's like, those exercise bikes, the Peloton or whatever those.
Yes.
So it's like that. So that's
okay.
You get your subscription service. So it's just basically like that. It's like you're having someone motivate you.
Oh, I got you. So this is basically
with different workouts each week or whatever it said on the website or whatever they said.
Okay. So that makes sense. It's people who work in the fitness industry. They're just making not tutorial, but like they're doing the workouts on screen. You just like follow them, and they're doing that as well. Okay, that's pretty cool. And you can also use the fitness app on all Apple devices except for the iPod touches, so iPhone, iPad, and Apple TV. I would think this would work on a Mac. I would think so, but also Macs are weird, so it probably won't work on it. But this seems like a very nice thing. So this is a good thing, especially right now with everyone being in quarantine times right now, where a lot of people are still not doing a lot when they get home. I think this actually is a good problem solver for a lot of people who people like me, who don't have the motivation to do workouts and stuff like that. Maybe having something like this that can maybe ding your phone like, hey, you didn't do your workout today yet. Do you want to do your workout or something like that? That I feel like would be a really nice feature to have.
Daily reminders.
Yeah. That would be something really nice. And that way, too, that could also help people who need motivation. I really need to lose weight. Anyways, so that's pretty dope. Let's go ahead and look at the Apple Watch SE. I'm very excited about the SE. Because I do want to upgrade my Apple Watch eventually. And being able to have the SE will be really, really nice in my opinion. That's broken. That shows absolutely
it's going a little slow.
Nothing. I can tell. Oh, well, there it is, somewhat. So, I'm trying to see, is there anything on here that I really need to talk about? I mean, it's just, has Apple Fitness Plus stuff. This is basically just a wash down Series 6.
It's a upgraded Series 4.
Okay.
It's pretty much what it is. With I think it also has the always on display as well.
Not sure. It does not.
It does not.
All right, so let me scroll down to this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to use two different computers. I have one computer on our TV over here, which we're using because this is a lot easier for us to read off of. And then I had the computer I'm actually streaming from. Next time, if I become smart, I'll actually grab an Elgato and just plug it in that way. But as you guys know, I'm not smart. So you guys are welcome for that. But here we go. So the Apple Watch SE. I'm not going to show the entire website just because I really just want to talk about the small differences from it. So the biggest thing is that the Apple Watch SE is going to be the Apple Watch Series 4 and up style. So the only Apple Watch that's still going to be the 38, 42 millimeter sizes is going to be the Apple Watch Series 3. I also do see the Apple Watch Series 3 possibly falling out soon, especially since the Apple Watch SE does have that fall thingy. What's that called again? Fall protection or something like that. Like when you
active fall detection.
Active fall detection. So if you would fall down or something like that, I just noticed I kept those lights on. Those need to be turned off. That's gonna mess up the camera. Anyways, shit, I lost my train of thought as I saw those lights. Hold on. You talk for a second. I'm going to turn off these lights. That should help with the camera a little bit. Tell something funny.
I don't know. You do the talking, mostly. I'm still getting used to it all.
That should be a little bit better. Also, I'm not being blinded by a light right there.
I was glowing.
You were glowing, but now you look normal. Yeah, so the Apple Watch Series 6 is going to be like the top of the line. So the Apple Watch Series 6 is going to be getting rid of the Series 5. So the same price points is going to be for the Series 6. The Apple Watch SE is going to start at $279, and that's for
the mid-range.
For the 40 millimeter, which I think is perfectly reasonable, especially since you're getting all of this tech on the new Apple Watch. I really do. Come on, there. No, go up. There you go. We're getting new tech in it. Obviously, we're getting a better chip. The only thing that sucks is it does not have the always-on display, but it's still that really crisp Retina display, and it also will allow for the GPS and cellular model. So for people who are not willing to spend that high-end price for the cellular models, and since the Series 3 doesn't have the cellular models anymore, the Apple Watch SE will be a great mid-range for people like me, maybe, who would want to get the cellular model eventually, to where I don't have to have my phone on me all the time if I need to take a phone call or send text messages if I don't have my phone on me. Also, the only thing that does suck about the SE is that it's not getting the new blood oxygen app, and it's not getting the new ECG app as well. But that's okay, in my opinion. Again, you can't expect these super high-end new things to be in all across the board. But for a lower price point, I think this is just a really good product altogether. This is what I feel like I'm going to be selling a lot of during the holiday seasons. Since the Series 3 is still an amazing Apple Watch, in my opinion, for $199. For people who are like in high school and stuff, I can see that being the very popular opinion. But for people who are very serious about their health, and very serious about doing their workouts and stuff like that, I can see the Apple Watch SE being like the best next option. And also, it's starting at $279. I know that seems very high for a watch, but I do want to note that the new Galaxy watches are starting at $399. And if you're wanting the bigger size, it's $400. So the Apple Watch SE, it'll only be it'll be $329, I believe, or $349 for the 44 millimeter edition.
Should be $329.
So they normally only charge $50 more for those. But the Apple Watch Series 6, don't they charge? They charge $100 for cellular and then $50 for the bigger size. So the most expensive one that you could get would be $329 plus $100, so $429. That's not too bad, in my opinion, for a almost Series 6 Apple Watch. And also those new bands too are pretty cool.
The Solo One bands.
Yes, those are gonna be so much nicer. I don't mind the older style bands.
Just imagine someone gets that, then 2 years down the line, their wrist expands, and the band doesn't.
Yeah, that would suck. But that's also why there's
and those bands
third-party realtors
are kind of pricey for the average Joe.
Yeah. Yep, I understand that. Alrighty, so next up on the docket. See, now I look more clear now. I don't look as dark. So the next thing, which I'm very excited to talk about, I think this is my favorite topic of the entire night, is the new iPad Air. This thing, I am very, 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 very serious about getting one by the mid to very early 2021. This iPad, for the price, you cannot beat it. You really can't.
And if you get the Magic Keyboard, there's your little laptop right there.
Pretty much. So I'll show you guys at home what we're talking about. Bam. Oh no. Stop it. Thank you. So the new iPad Air, they are using the iPad Pro screen design, which I completely love. I'm not saying I don't like having the touch home button and stuff like that, the Touch ID home button, but I'm going to talk about that more in a few moments when we talk about the new features about this. It's integrating the new design. It is not using, though, the OLED displays like the iPad Pros, though. They are going to be using the Liquid Retina displays. Now, as someone who has multiple friends who own the iPhone 11 and the iPhone XR, I do think that the Liquid Retina displays are not that bad whatsoever. I think they're still one of the best screen displays on the market.
Only problem is with that, they're not as bright as what people would like.
So, but that's the thing with LED displays, though. LED, you can only make so bright before you start washing out the colors so badly. And that's where OLED is going to be the king forever. Well, not forever, but OLED being the much newer technology is going to be king for that. But still, though, for the price, now there's one thing that I'll talk to you about is the price on this, because that is what I'm going to be really iffy about talking about. But still not bad for what you're getting as the package. So it is a 10.9-inch display. So it's going to be right in between the new 10.2-inch iPad and the 11-inch iPad. It's going to be right there, right next to that iPad Pro, which is super amazing. You're getting a lot of screen space. And this is the big feature that we're going to talk about a little bit later. Oh, we're going to talk about it now, but this, I'm going to bring it up in conversation a little bit later, which is the new built-in fingerprint reader with the sleep-wake button. This design is something I've been waiting for at least a year. As people know, with COVID-19, if you go out to a lot of public places, or if you're an Uber driver, you are required to wear a mask at most places, at least in our area. And so Face ID on iPhones is very nice. It has gotten considerably faster from when I had my iPhone 10. But it's still not as fast as me having a fingerprint sensor. So, what they thought about is putting a fingerprint sensor inside of the sleep wake button, which I love that concept. But I will have to say, there have been other companies who have done it first, and I've seen firsthand how this also can be a little bit more annoying. So, my mom personally owns the Galaxy S10e. And even though it is an amazing phone, and it is the S10 lineup that has the fingerprint sleep and wake button, it doesn't work all the time for her.
Some cases restrict.
And as what I was going to say is that sometimes it can be the fault of the user or the case, but sometimes even I can't get it to work properly. And I think because it was first generation doing that for a Samsung product as far as I know of. I don't remember any Samsung product, like a flagship phone, that did that. So, yes, even though under-screen fingerprint sensors, I feel like are going to be the way to go in the next few years, for right now, still having that Touch ID security that Apple really does care about, being the sleep wake button, I feel like is a completely legitimate thing to do. And I want to talk about this a little bit later when we talk about another topic. But this is going to be super cool. This is a big reason why I am more than happy of getting this iPad to replace my iPad 5. Because my iPad 5 isn't slow. And I've got the iPad 6. Yeah, you have the 6. And right now, the 7th generation iPad does have that bigger display, which is what I'm always looking for because, well, for people who don't know this, when you wear glasses, small screens hurt after a certain amount of time. So having an iPad that I could take with me to work or to friends' houses to do testing or to do writing and stuff, I'll be able to start writing the TechBois podcast document that we share at work with my iPad. That will be super amazing. I can still do that right now with my iPad 5, but I have to buy a third-party keyboard for it, and I have to make sure that's charged. Where one big thing about the new iPad is that it does have support for some things. It is also using the newer A14 Bionic chip. I guess I should incorporate that real quickly. But it does have support for both the Apple Pencil, I believe first generation or second generation? Second generation Apple Pencil. And my favorite thing is the Magic Keyboard. Now, I love how the Magic Keyboard design is because it really, really makes it look like a laptop, which I completely love. And with having the Magic Keyboard, you already know that it's going to be automatically integrated with the new iPad OS software that'll be coming out with the new update of iOS 14. They'll be releasing around the same time. So, very, very excited to see that being integrated for an iPad Air. And I guess one nicer thing,
if I wanted to get the new iPad.
That's not too bad. Try mine. See how bad mine is.
Well, I don't have your serial number on yours.
It's right there if you want to grab it.
I'll pass.
Okay. Yeah. But it does, we'll do after the show. But it does come in silver, space gray, rose gold, lime green. I know it doesn't say lime green, but that is a lime green.
Pretty much the color.
And sky blue.
I like sky blue.
My personal favorite is the sky blue. It has the subtlety of the color as well as making it look very elegant. So if I can't get sky blue, I'm going to get space gray. But that is an amazing color in my opinion. Apple, great job on the color scheme. And then
the only difference between the iPad Air and the iPad Pro is the 120 hertz display. That's pretty much the only main difference between why I purchased the iPad Pro compared to the iPad Air.
Okay. So if you're a very serious person about drawing and stuff, having a high refresh display is going to be a little more beneficial. But if you're someone who's going to be using this more for class type stuff, like you're taking notes in class, or you're just doing some general art for here and there, or for general video editing, if you're going to do that on your iPad and stuff, I feel like this is a steal. 30% faster graphics, 40% faster CPU, and also same thing, you can edit 4K video, which I wouldn't recommend, but you can still edit 4K video on there. And it also has 10 times faster machine learning. And as I've just said, being able to do a notepad with you is always a big thing. I actually tried for 3 or 4 months. I had a Microsoft Surface pad, or Surface something. It was a Surface 3. I don't think it was the Pro. I tried using OneNote for multiple months to try to get rid of all my notebooks. I had music theory and stuff like that in high school, and the concept was great, but it never worked that well. This works super duper well and is super duper dope. And the PC did turn off for a second. I'll have to turn it back on. Refresh. Oh. Eventually it'll turn over. There it is. But having a tablet with you, I think, is going to be the way to go, especially for people who are going to be in college. Instead of having to have 10 different notebooks, you guys can use the file manager system, which was introduced with the new iPad OS, and have all your different classes be in different folders and all that fun type of stuff. And then that way you can do all your stuff on the tablet itself, and it's great. Also, they will be integrating Wi-Fi 6 with this as well. So for anyone who does have a Wi-Fi 6 integrated router, you'll get that faster Wi-Fi speeds if your wireless internet provider or your router does provide Wi-Fi 6. So very, very cool stuff, and I'm very excited to see all this happen. Now, the Touch ID button. I'm gonna. Okay.
A little sporadic there.
It went a little bit worse than what I wanted to do. Hold on. Everyone hold on. I got this. I promise. Maybe. Yes, there we go. So, this Touch ID integrated
Power
sleep
button.
wake button. Now, I do want to note that this was first used in the MacBooks. Was the first time that I've ever seen it integrated with a non-iPhone or iPad product. This being like this, chat, if you guys have anything that you think would also make sense as well too, but go and throw it in chat. I would love to read what you guys think about this new integrated button. But the Touch ID integrated button, what are your personal thoughts on it? Like, do you think this was a smart move, or would you rather have just a fingerprint sensor, like just by itself, not integrated with the sleep wake button?
Personally, I like the power button integration with it. It gives you more screen real estate.
True.
It's not it. In some ways, it's distracting.
Okay. So you're saying that since the screen is going to be bigger, having that Touch ID button would make it look like an older style iPad, which can be distracting to people if you're trying to get an immersive thing. Okay, I can see that. So I actually really love the idea. My only thing that I would be worried with is if something would go wrong with it, is that going to affect the sleep and wake functions on your iPad if that button would just not work anymore? That's the only thing I would be worried about.
I'm sure they went through all possible scenarios with that.
And also, do you think this is going to be a haptic feedback button, or do you think this is going to be an actual button?
Actual button.
Actual button.
I don't see it giving you any sort of feedback. I think it's just going to stay like how the Touch ID is on iPhone 8s.
That's haptic feedback.
Or haptic feedback, yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. I can see that.
I can see it happening, but I don't really see it happening, you know.
I got you.
It's like a 50-50.
Okay. I like that a lot. And also, I just like how this looks as well too. I mean, if I put this up next to my iPad 5, I just can't. I don't want to say I can't handle it, but when the iPad itself, I don't use my iPad that often. But this is something I feel like I would use a lot more for lighter weight applications, especially if TechBois would start becoming more regularly, like a weekly or a bi-weekly series or something like that. I could see myself at work one day during a 15-minute break, just popping up my iPad, sitting at the break room and just trying to pump out as much stuff as I can do with my iPad. Because the one big reason why I don't use my iPad that much is I like being able to have a mouse with me. And I'm not the biggest fan of these all-in-one keyboards. I do like them for certain things. Obviously, doing stuff like this where I don't have to have everything dragged over here is fantastic. But it's still not ideal to me, where everything being on one thing and having a trackpad, I'd rather take a trackpad than me having to always tap through the different things. I love touchscreen for phones and for certain things with tablets, but if I'm going to be writing a text document, I like being able to quickly move between tabs, grabbing the information that I need faster. So, that's just my opinion, though. Okay, so the last thing for the Apple topics I do want to talk about is the Ep.1 subscription services. So just give a little bit of information on this. I'm going to quickly read off my phone. Sorry, guys. I know it's not the most professional thing I can do. But the Ep.1 subscription service will incorporate Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, iCloud, News Plus, and Fitness Plus all into one subscription plan. Now, I don't know what your feelings are on this. I didn't really talk to you yesterday about these things. So for us on here, I'm just going to drag it down to the pricing, which would be right here, which we can talk about here in a moment. And then for you guys, let me get that display propered. There we go. If anyone wants to be a third person on TechBois who can run all the computer stuff so I don't have to do it, please email me at iwanttobe mattshelper@techbois.com. Thank you. Anyways, so Ep.1, incorporating Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, iCloud, Apple News Plus, and Apple Fitness Plus. Now, the only thing that I use personally is iCloud. Now, I have used Apple TV Plus here and there to watch some of their shows, and I don't mind some of the shows that Apple TV does put on there, but I'm not the biggest fan of it as well. I don't own
They need more variety.
Yeah, I don't own an Apple TV, so for me, I don't have really use for it. A lot of the stuff that I watch is on like Amazon and Hulu and Netflix and stuff like that. A lot of the shows I would watch would be on those, or also Disney Plus as well. So for people like me who are only going to be using like iCloud and stuff, this isn't going to really affect me as far as I know of. But for people who would want to have multiple things, so I'm actually thinking about doing the Ep.1 plan for specifically trying out Apple Arcade, because I've never had the chance to try it out yet, and being able to do that and possibly do it on stream might be a really cool little idea. Now here is like the big thing is going to be the prices. So for an individual is going to be $14.95 per month. and that will give you Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, and 50 gigabytes of iCloud storage. For the family, which you can share with up to 5 people, it will be Apple Music, TV Plus, Arcade, and 200 gigabytes of iCloud storage. Or you can have the Premier, which can still be shared with 5 other people, and that will give you everything. So it's Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, Apple Arcade, 2 terabytes of iCloud storage, Apple News Plus, and also when Apple Fitness Plus does release to the public, you will also get that with the Premier. I had to say $30 a month for that is actually not a horrible deal. If you know how much it is. So if we look up the actually, I'm gonna do this on the fly right now. I'm gonna switch the scenes on here, that way you guys don't have to look at what I'm looking at. But if we look up the iCloud prices right now,
For 50 gigs, it's $1.
yeah. Well, that's the thing.
That's just for just iCloud.
Let me. Here it is. So I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger because I cannot see. Because I just can't see in general. There we go. So if we look on here, for just talking in USD, for 50 gigabytes of storage, it is 99 cents, or it's like $1.10 with tax. If you strictly only need iCloud storage, I still think that the 200 gigs is still the best bang for the buck. Since I know for Google, I have 100 gigs, I think, and it's like $1.99. So for $1 more for 200 gigs, I don't think that is that bad of a price. And also, since iCloud backs everything up, I think it's like once a week, or you can change it depending on your likeness. But that's always a nice thing to have. And to have 2 terabytes of storage, it is $9.99. So right there, if you're just needing the 2 terabytes of storage, for the Premier price on the Apple One stuff, if we subtract $9.99 on there, that means for $20 per month, you are getting Fitness Plus, News Plus, Arcade, TV Plus, and Music.
Good deal.
So, it says you save $25 per month. I'm guessing, does it say on there? I'm gonna scroll down on this thing over here, live with you guys. I don't know if it tells us the prices on here of each one individually. It probably doesn't, or it might at the very bottom.
Apple Music is $9.99 a month.
Okay.
Apple TV Plus is $4.99. So those two alone equals the price.
Okay. Well, that's not too
And
bad.
Arcade is, I think, $4.99 as well. So it adds up.
Yeah.
You're essentially getting one of those things for free.
Depending on what you look at it, and most likely you'll be getting TV Plus for free if you think about it, because they already gave it free for 1 year.
And I can also see them doing the whole Apple TV Plus for free for another year, getting a new iPhone.
Yeah, because I know that right now they're kind of focusing on getting content out there, which is like the biggest thing right now. So, yeah, for that pricing, I don't think is bad whatsoever.
Because if you think Spotify Premium is $9.99 a month.
Yeah.
And all you get is music, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that'd be one thing I could get rid of on my on one of my things, if I can just do for the family price for $20 per month, which is $5 more. I can give 5 people access to Apple Music. So really only me and...
As if they used different accounts. But if they're on your account, then you don't have to get the family plan.
That's true. But also, too, that will also allow us to have more iCloud storage, though. So that'll be the one big thing, would be the iCloud storage for me. Because if I do decide to get a new iPhone, the new iPhones, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, the new iPhones are going to be starting out for the Pro Series at 128 gigs. And so 50 gigs of iCloud storage obviously is not going to be enough. So if I can automatically bump myself up to the 200 gig, and then if Eli's phone is 64 gigs, I still have a
Yeah.
little bit room left over, and that's if I fill up my phone as well. But if
I never filled up my phone.
I never have either. I think I still have like 25 gigs left on this phone. And a lot of pictures I take are screenshots anyway, so I just throw them away after a few years or something like that. But still a very good price in general. I think that this would be a really good service to have for anyone who is Apple friendly. Okay, so I believe it is now time for something a little bit different. We're going to give DJ a break since he's been talking so much today on the podcast.
I'll get better.
I'm giving him shit. You guys know this by now. The Nvidia RTX 3080 launch was the worst disaster I think I've seen yet. And PS5 was horrible. This was a little bit less than horrible of the PS5. This is still shit. For anyone like me who is going to be upgrading their PCs this year, I'm still rocking a 1060. Now I'm not saying that the graphics card has any problems. It's just I can start seeing that my 1060 is starting to get a little bit of hiccups in it, and I do want to get a newer graphics card so I could actually power 4 displays at 4K quality. So one big thing with that is I was getting a 3080 since you get more stuff with it, which is fantastic. Now I have my own problems with the 3080, but the biggest thing that I have a problem with was the launch itself. Now I'm not someone to really complain that much about launches because I understand that sometimes things are a little bit different. But here's the thing. The demand for the 3080 was huge. This is the best bang for your buck graphics card that I have seen since I've been working on PCs in the new age technology for having ray tracing cores. And the launch of it was not the big problem. I just think the supply and demand wasn't as high as what Nvidia thought it was going to be. Since they launched to multiple global retailers saying that, hey, you're going to get this many, so you can do pre-orders for this many. And also on their own website, on the Nvidia website, it was also noted that bots were also getting multiple pre-orders by using different accounts, and it will all be going to the same person. Now, Nvidia has released the statement, as you guys are seeing on screen right now. Nvidia basically say, that they're very sorry that this all happened. They're actually going to be doing some really interesting changes, especially one being that they're going to be creating a brand new storefront, which is going to be powered by a whole completely different server than the GeForce website. Oh, sorry, not the GeForce, but the Nvidia website itself, to do all the shopping, and it'll also have higher capacity. So when people are going on there, it'll be a little bit easier. Now, with that as well, too, a lot of retailers are going to start to do that as well, too, since, let's be honest, we've had 3 pre-orders in the span of 1 week, if you think about this. So the PS5 pre-orders were, again, not supposed to be on that day, but the pre-orders happened, what was it, Saturday, Sunday, something like that. I don't know what today is anymore, guys, okay? I'm tired. Then we had the Nvidia launch, which I believe was either a day or 2 before or a day or 2 after. Again, my dates aren't all with me at the second. I'm sorry. Then you had today, which is the 22nd, which was the Xbox Series S and Series X pre-order launch. And
it went a lot smoother than PlayStation.
You guys know why it went smoother, which we'll talk about in a second, but you guys want to know why it went smoother? It's because Microsoft locked it down, saying that, hey, we're doing pre-orders on the 22nd, not telling them, oh, yeah, tomorrow.
And at a certain time. It wasn't at midnight.
Yeah, they specifically said when they were going to do it and what date. And they also announced it like 2 or 3 weeks before they even talked about doing pre-orders too. So they announced the information, I want to say 2 weeks ago, and they gave realtors and e-sites 2 full weeks to be prepared for pre-orders to be on the 22nd. And guess what? It went smooth as a baby's bottom.
Only website I didn't go smooth on was GameStop's.
Does
GameStop's whole website crashed.
Does the GameStop website even work that well in general?
Not very.
See, so can we really blame them for that? I mean, yeah, but let's be honest, they're gonna be dead in 2 years anyways. So the reason why I want to know this, I just wanted to throw this on the stream, is that I'm a very big PC enthusiast. Even though I'm very excited about the new console launches, and I'm going to be really excited if I can get my hands on an Xbox and a PS5 for a day one launch unboxing and doing testing and stuff like that to really show you guys some really cool performance stuff. PC stuff is what I've always been a fan of altogether. And the 3080, I was hoping to pre-order. That way I would already have it already on the list for me to grab. But sadly, it just wasn't able to happen. And right now there are scalpers who are asking for a good $1,000 plus for this graphics card. So for anyone who is wanting a 3080, please, I know I hate saying this, I don't like saying it as well.
Be patient.
Please be patient and just wait until Nvidia says that they have more ready for pre-order. And if you are somebody, you know what, I need to do this proper. Hold on. I need to do this proper. Where's my mic? If you are somebody who is using a bot to get multiple of these, please stop. It is making it worse for every other person who actually wants to get one to use it for product reviews or unboxings, or for me who needs to use it for streaming purposes. Please stop. Thank you. That is all. I wonder how many children got nightmares from that. Alrighty. Okay. So, RTX 3080, I'm very excited about it. If I do get one, I'll let you guys know. We'll go from there. Now, this is going to be something very interesting. So, taking a small break from just only stories, I really want to incorporate this, I'm calling this the interactive topic. So each time that we do a podcast live, we're going to have an interactive topic for you guys. So you guys are going to be the people who are going to be letting us know what you think while me and DJ can deliberate here in the studio. So this week's interactive topic, the question is... Scroll down. Question is, who do you think won the price war? Sony or Microsoft?
Overall, Sony wins the price war. The Xbox Series S. Yeah, it seems like a really good deal, and it can play Series X games, but it's not playing them at full capacity. But you look at the PS5 digital, it plays everything like the main disc console can do. Okay. So, and that's worth more to the average gamer than something that's not going to play something at full power.
So should I play the Microsoft person, or should I play what I believe in? If I play the Microsoft route, saying that they won, the reason why I say that they won as a Microsoft person is because of specifically only price. A lot of people who are going to be buying these for their kids, if the salesperson is not very knowledgeable, that they know that the Xbox Series S doesn't have as much power as the Xbox Series X, and not telling them that, hey, there's going to be a big difference with this, especially in how fast it plays and stuff like that, is going to make a big difference when you get the game. Especially, too, isn't the Series S, isn't that all digital as well?
All digital, and it has half the storage.
So those are two big knockoffs right there for me. Now, I have thought about getting the PS5 digital because it's a little bit cheaper, and I do buy a lot of my games digitally versus physically for multiple reasons I won't talk about on stream. A, it just makes it a lot easier for me, especially if I want to take it to a friend's house or whatever. But I have to, whenever I look at this, I also have to think about the tech specs inside of it. And to me personally, I think Sony won. And I because of what you said is what I fully agree with. The PS5 and the Series X are both retailing for $499, which most people can say that, oh, that's so expensive. I've also said this too. Try to build a PC with that much performance with a $500 budget. At the moment in time, you cannot do that. I don't care how you find it.
Isn't the cheapest ray tracing graphics card $300?
Yes, and that's the RTX 2060. So that right there is already most of your budget, and then you have to worry about everything else.
That's not counting the 4K Blu-ray drive.
Correct. That's counting
anything else.
That's counting strictly just the graphics card. For $499, you're getting a 4K Blu-ray card. You're getting actually, I have the specs actually pulled up on the screen right here. I'm gonna quickly pull it up for myself and DJ. Open. Thank you. Oh my gosh, just let me. I just want to read the article. CPU, GPU. There it is. So they both have 4K Blu-ray players, and they both can do up to 8K at 120 frames per second. They both have 16 gigs of RAM, which I think is perfectly reasonable.
Gotta love ads.
Please, guys. I know you're running ads on your website for money, but please, I have an ad blocker for a reason. I don't want to see this shit. The biggest difference is that the PS4 is only going to be getting 10.3 teraflops. What?
You said PS4.
Did I say PS4? The PS5 is only going to be getting 10.3 teraflops of the AMD RDNA 2 GPU cores, where the Xbox Series X, I'm saying that specifically, only the Xbox Series X is going to be having the 12 teraflops of the AMD RDNA 2 cores, and they're both going to be having, I think, the same graphics card. I think they both have the same CPU, but they're clocked differently. So the CPU clock on the PS5 is 3.5 gigahertz. Still 8 cores with Zen 2 processes, where the Xbox Series X will have 8 cores at 3.8 gigahertz. So
should do a comparison of the PS5 digital and the Series X.
Actually,
is it in this article as well?
I hope it. I thought I saw it in here.
And that's where you see the difference there.
Exclusives. I don't really give a shit. What the hell does that say? Graphics.
Graphics are pretty much going to be about the same.
Yeah. Design. Don't really care.
I'd rather have the Wi-Fi router.
Yeah. Subscriptions. Don't really care.
I'll get both, though.
Virtual reality. Okay, it doesn't have it on here. Okay. But the good thing, though, is on the document, though, I do have a Series X versus a Series S, though. Because if I'm correct, isn't the PS5 all digital the same stuff? Like, isn't it the same thing just without a disk drive, as far as I know of?
What was that?
The PS5 all digital was just the PS5 without a disk drive.
Yes.
Okay. So I thought there wouldn't have been a big difference. So, give me this. So, here's going to be where it's going to be super different.
So this is, okay.
So what I'm going to show you guys is the Xbox Series S versus the Series X. So let me quickly.
Oh,
give
so
you
you're
guys...
comparing the Xboxes.
Yes, I'm comparing the Xboxes for a specific reason. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to show you guys the big differences in the pricing and what you're actually going to be getting. So the CPU is going to be pretty much. Oh my God, everything.
Hold on, I airdropped you something.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it should pop up.
I don't see
That's
it yet.
This is the PS5 digital versus Xbox Series S. Eventually.
Let me know when it pops up. But
do you have your airdrop set to everyone?
I believe so. Airdrop. Hello, PC Mag. Okay, try it again. I had it set to contacts only. There we go. Okay. Okay. Cool. There it is. I was waiting for it to pop up on there. Don't miss your chance to get the brand new Xbox Series X or Series S. Anyways. Okay. Cool. This is great. Okay, cool. Laptopmag.com, PS5 digital versus Xbox. Okay, cool. So, if we look on here, I have to get back to this stupid screen on this other computer because PC Mag is trying to make me look at something. So the Xbox Series X and Series S are going to be pretty different. The Xbox Series S is going to only have 20 CUs instead of 52 CUs on the GPU. Now they both have, I believe, the same CPU or something like that, but it's just clocked differently. The GPU power is lessened by a lot. Instead of 12.5 on the Xbox Series X, it's only 4 on the S. That is a huge drop. Also, the RAM is different too. So on the Series X, it is 16 gigs versus 10 gigs on the S.
It's still pretty good.
It's still not bad whatsoever. It's just a little bit blah. And then it just does that. The performance target is also very different. So the Xbox Series S is actually trying to go for 1440p performance versus trying to go for 4K performance. They both are going to have up to 120 FPS for those respective targets. But in general, most people like me, unless I'm playing on a 4K television, are going to be
really
playing in 1080p 60. Because I really don't care about 4K nowadays. Like, especially if I'm going to be streaming anything, I can't do 4K recordings anyway. So there's no point in me caring until I get a 4K capture card, right? You know.
Yeah.
What else is also? I mean, the biggest thing is there is no disk drive on it, and then that can deter some people away. This is where I'm gonna start getting a little bit more annoyed. They halved the storage. Now, if I am correct, and please tell me if I'm wrong, when the Xbox One X, I hate Microsoft, please fix your naming structure. I'm going to confuse myself. The Xbox One X was $499, and you got 1 terabyte of storage. Then the Xbox One S was $299, but you still got 1 terabyte of storage, correct?
Yes. And pretty much the same thing, but it's just less powerful.
Why the hell did Microsoft have the storage on here? I get that it is to save a little bit money since you are using a PCIe Gen 4 NVMe SSD. I get that. But the issue is that you're going from a 1 terabyte on the Xbox Series X to only being 512 on the Series S. People who aren't going to, if that's not on the box, that's going to be a problem. Because everyone's going to think that it's going to be just like how you guys had it before. That is one thing I would really recommend. Like, even if you have to bring up the price $50, I would rather pay $50 more for 1 terabyte of storage. I can handle digital only. I can handle 1440p gaming perfectly fine. I can handle a lot of the small things, but when you lose RAM and storage drives, that can actually affect a lot of things, especially if you have multiple things on the system as well. Because as you fill up your system, the less and less storage that you have, the slower that it can run.
Also, just imagine how much they're gonna charge you for those custom SSDs, and that's where the price gets you. That's where the PS5 digital and the Xbox Series S kind of like match up. If you want that same storage, 1 terabyte, you're gonna have to pay pretty much the same price as a PS5 digital.
Pretty much. And did they actually ever give a amount on how much those expansion cards are going to be yet?
Not yet. Those are just rumors and people assuming.
See, that's one thing that I had to give Sony credit for, is that you can use any PCIe NVMe SSD that you can find on Amazon as long as it can work for their software. So I know that they did. I know Samsung is one that can be used, no problem. But again, this of how much they have to this, like for the price, again, can you find a thing like this for $300 if you're trying to build a PC? Hell no. This is an amazing thing for $300. But if you're talking about raw performance here between the X and S, unless if you're someone who's legitimately going to be only playing like Fortnite and shit, and you don't need a disk drive and you don't need a lot of storage, and you're only playing 2 or 3 games, sure. You know what? I think I'm going to get a Series S. Because I have an Xbox One S out there.
Mm-hmm.
Doing a direct comparison of that's actually going to be a really interesting thing. Because in my opinion, the Xbox One S is the slowest console. And I'm saying that even versus the Switch. The Switch is I don't want to say it's the fastest console in the world, but the Switch is all chip-based. There's no moving parts in there except for a fan. So that's already faster. My PS4 Pro doesn't have a lot of stuff on it right now, but other people do use my PS4 Pro when I'm not using it. So it's not that bad. But in general, I feel like the Series S, if I could figure out how to wipe the hard drive and and do like PC stuff on there, I bet you that hardware on the Series S would actually be a really good PC.
That's out of my realm of expertise.
I know that's right out of your, but I'm thinking about like that. I think that'd be a really cool little thing to do. But because I know you're probably going to be getting the Series X, right?
Eventually, not
eventually. But for me, if I want to do a direct comparison from a 1-to-1 standpoint, the Xbox Series S might make more sense. I don't play a lot of Microsoft games. Now, if they start producing a lot more IPs that I like, I will absolutely play them more. But my intended stuff that I care about is 1440p. Because again, a lot of my stuff that I stream is all at 1080p 60. So do I really need native 4K? Not really. And a lot of times when I'm playing games by myself, in the future, yeah, if I ever buy like a Nano TV or a Crystal HD display or something like that, absolutely. But in my stuff today, I don't really need to worry about it. Also, hi Houdini, I know you're chatting in there. I'm just getting my thoughts out real quickly before I start blabbering on and on.
This is just if you're looking at portable NVMe SSDs. I mean, obviously, Microsoft and Sony is going to have their own.
Now, I bet you, too, though, because those are going to be used, though, by USB-C, though. So they have to have...
Well, both the Series X and S and PlayStation 5 have USB-C ports on them.
That's true, but their expansion ports, though, are going to be internal, though.
Yeah.
So
you can also do
right
external
there,
as well.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that right there is going to cut a little bit of cost away. Because I can get an NVMe 1TB SSD for about $130. That would make my PC and any PC faster than hell. But also, that's just kind of the difference when you look at it.
Well, also both that expansion slot on both consoles, Xbox and PlayStation, they do have that expansion slot on the back of the console.
Yeah. I also want to show the size difference too. The Series S legitimately looks like an Xbox One S clone, which I don't have a problem with. But let's be honest here. The Xbox Series X looks like an HP tower. And you know when you have to have a big case or something that you can put a lot of stuff in it. And I expect the cooling performance to be fantastic. Because if you're going to have that big of a chassis, and that I'm going to have the display and stuff like that, like I'm going to have to move my freaking shelves in my goddamn thingy down there from my entertainment center. So
You're going to have a separate
I'll have its own
separate table.
Oh, boy. Anyways. Also, hello, Houdini. You're talking.
Yeah, that definitely is annoying. It's scaling down the Series X games.
Yeah. Wait, what? The memory bandwidth is high. God, oh, my brain. Hold on. My brain ain't going to work. The memory bandwidth is high contention for developers, and the lower amount is also a problem. Remember, consoles don't have dedicated VRAM, and all of its pools is all from the same place. That is very true. So, with having the dedicated GPUs, it is going to be a little bit nicer having that, but I do see where that comes into play. It's annoying because it's not simply scaling down games. What we know is the box art is released. The SSD is $220? Hell no! I ain't buying shit for $220. Fuck that.
Where is it?
Wow.
That's a lot.
So I think that answers the question here. Why would anyone buy the Series S unless if you're legitimately playing one game on it? Or if it's for like your little nephew who only wants to play Fortnite. If you're actually serious about this, no. This is a terrible design. No. Microsoft, no. Bad boys. Oh my god. Boop. There we go. It came from Laptop Mag, right?
What were you looking up?
There it is. So, I also want to show this off as well, guys. Oh, that's the wrong scene. There we go. So the PS5 digital versus the Xbox Series S all digital. So those are the specs right there. I'm gonna go ahead and read them out for you guys. So the Xbox Series S is going to have, again, if I'm correct, isn't all the CPUs across the board legitimately all the same thing? I swear they're all the same thing. Oh, okay.
There it is.
Oh, I'm seeing a picture the first time, ladies and gentlemen. If it wants to load. There we go. Kit Guru, hello. Oh my god. 159 pounds. No.
That's outrageous.
No. Microsoft, you need help.
This man, Sony's probably going to charge the same thing. If you think about it.
If you buy internally from them, sure. But if I'm able just to buy any NVMe SSD.
I'm sure there's going to be aftermarket versions of these SSDs.
Samsung, listen to me right here, right now. You can make a fortune right now.
Charge half of that.
Charge half of that?
At
I
least.
swear to God, I'll buy two.
Well, you're essentially just paying for
But I could at least get one to Eli or you for the same price as one of these. 159 pounds. Excuse me.
220 USD.
220 USD. That's gonna be like $400 Canadian. That's outrageous. Sony's NVMe's are $260 to work with the PS5 right now, but those will come down in the next couple of years because they should work.
With advancements in technology, yeah.
Yeah. Samsung, listen, I am working on a business proposal for you. We can get stuff done quickly. I can help you get in targets. I promise. I will do everything in my power. Please make a cheap NVMe SSD that I can work for the PS5. These are outrageous prices. I'm sorry.
Just imagine when the PS2 was around, those memory cards costing an arm and a leg.
Yeah. Now they're $20 just to grab the biggest one that's possible. Oh boy. Okay, so the Xbox Series S versus the PS5 Digital Edition. So the GPU is going to be the biggest difference. 4 gigabytes on the Series S versus 4 teraflops versus 10.28 teraflops. Both running RDNA 2 GPUs. You're getting 16 gigabytes of RAM with the PS5 Digital Edition, where with the Xbox Series S, you're only getting 10 gigs. Storage is going to be the exact same on the PS5, so you're still getting that 825 gigabyte solid state drive, versus where you're getting only that 512. Again, not good.
825 is not necessarily good either when you got Modern Warfare on the PS4 and Xbox One at almost 200 gigs.
But what I will say though is that at least for $100 less, if you don't need a disk drive, you can save up that money for expansion drive. On here, you're gonna have to save up for an expansion drive and help. If you really think about it, because
you're gonna have to take out a small loan.
A small loan of $1,000 plus. Target 4K gaming for the PS5 Digital Edition. Again, I'm not really worried about it. And the biggest thing is that there's not gonna be an optical drive on them. But again, I think I have the answer. But for Houdini, I know you just joined chat and stuff. This is our interactive topic for tonight.
Also, not to interrupt, but if you scroll down a little bit on that article, it actually shows the difference between the digital and the standard for the PS5.
Oh.
It's pretty much almost the exact same. There's, only difference is the optical drive.
Yeah. They're both the exact same. Let me actually scroll down on this article so you guys can see what we're talking about. If you guys look at it, it's legitimately the exact same thing. Dead serious. That really just shows
why Sony
my
is winning.
annoyance. Actually, I'm gonna print out this article later because this actually has all the differences on here for each one, which is fantastic. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I ain't gonna remember shit.
And then if you also, like you said, it has everything, but it has the Xbox on there, and then you see the massive difference.
Yeah.
Like if they would have made the Series X digital instead of calling it the Series S, just made it without the disc drive and the same thing, I bet Xbox would have won.
If they would have dipped a tiny bit of performance, and when I mean performance is if they basically just dipped, like for example, instead of going for 4K to go to 1440p, and if they got rid of the disc drive, I think 399 would be amazing. Honestly, I mean that's serious. But when you, I just want to note this. So there's a PS5 for you guys. I'm gonna scroll down and show you guys the Xbox differences. I want you guys to look at the GPU power right here and just look at these numbers for the GPU for the Xbox Series X. 12.15 teraflops versus 4 teraflops on the Xbox Series S. you are losing over half of that performance. I don't see why they have to drop so much performance for that price point. I really don't. Like, here's the thing. People don't know this, but a lot of people should know in the tech industry that companies usually get what I call manufacturer price on everything. So manufacturer price versus actual retail pricing is a huge difference. So those 4K Blu-ray disc drives are probably about $20 to $30 for each console, right? So if you think about it, Sony is only losing a little bit of money by not having the disc drive on there. Like, they're actually getting more money. So they're only losing $30 more with the PS5 versus the PS5 digital, right? But it's still the exact same console, the exact same pretty much everything. I just don't get how. Honestly. I don't think there is a way I can say that. So, I mean, I don't see it. I don't see the Series S being as big of a hit as Microsoft's going to think it's going to be. I do think that it's going to be the most sold console. I really do say that 100%. But I could see this console getting a lot of shit when it comes out, though. Just being very honest with you.
I can see a lot of returns for it as well.
Yeah. And I have to be honest. And chat, again, answer this question.
It'll do okay, but it's not going to do as good as they hope.
Yeah. But chat, I want to ask you guys a question. If you did not know anything about technology, right? And if you walked into the store and you saw the Xbox Series X and the Xbox Series S, let's say you're buying this for your 10-year-old nephew, right? But the person tells you that the Xbox Series S has half of the performance of the Series X, right? For $200 less, would you actually buy the Series S if you know that it did half to a third of the performance? Like, I could see someone buying the Xbox Series S for kids in the ranges of 6 to 12. I could see that being a big market because a lot of kids nowadays care about 3 games: Fortnite, Fall Guys, Warzone. Among Us, maybe nowadays. But those are the 4 games that most people are worried about right now, and the 4 most popular games being played right now on Twitch and YouTube. All 4 of those games aren't the biggest things, right? They're big, but they don't have the biggest file sizes. The only biggest file size that we have on there is Warzone / Call of Duty.
It shouldn't be that much.
It shouldn't be that much, but they obviously they didn't patch or fix anything.
But with that, you can actually go into the settings and disable Warzone, like completely delete it and free up all that space if you just want multiplayer.
Yeah, but if you also just want Warzone,
you have to have both.
Call of Duty installed. So, big brain. Yeah, it's Microsoft.
Sony's taking the biggest hit on the digital. If you
for them getting the price back on it. Absolutely. Sony's actually good. Sony and Microsoft both are losing money off these console prices, and I know that 100%, right? But one thing though is that they will also make the most money on the digital though.
I could see that. Because not everybody would want to, spend $500 on a new console.
Because if someone like me, for someone who's not super technical and is like really into the specs, right? If I could save $100 for not ever using a disk drive, but still get the exact same performance, I absolutely would do that, no problem. So I could see that being Sony's most popular console, especially since a lot of games coming from June, July up to the console release, if you buy digitally, you will usually get a free upgrade pass to automatically get the game day one on that next gen console.
Also, Sony did come out and say 99% of all PlayStation 4 games will be playable on the PlayStation 5.
Now, I should note that's not day one, though, guys. That is over time they're going to be getting that support in.
Unfortunately, PS1 to 3 will not be supported.
Yeah.
You're going to have to wait for those remasters.
Yeah.
Eventually. Simpsons Hit and Run.
Yeah. Guys, we need a Simpsons Hit and Run remaster, please. Sony, we brought it out to the world. Please make it a thing. I don't care how you can do it. Please make it happen. I really want to see HD Simpsons Hit and Run.
Just some sort of remaster. Please.
So, wrong thing. So, I guess in total, the big question of today for the interactive topic of the day, or for the stream, who do you think won the prize war? And chat, I want you guys to give legitimate answers. Who do you think won the prize war? Sony or Microsoft? And just to reiterate our answers, I personally think that Sony won, as well as I think DJ said that Sony won as well. I can see where Microsoft could win altogether for the kid market of the holiday time. I could see that being a big thing, but for hardcore, quote unquote, but for people who know about Sony and know about their products and stuff, I could see Sony winning this entire console year once again.
I could see it happening as well.
So, it's one of those, I don't know how to even talk about it. It's just interesting if you think about it. Very, very, very weird, but still a very, very good topic. That this could be a conversation topic for every single thing that we do until they release.
Also, for some people who really wants to wait, just think next year they could have, game bundles. 2 or 3 games per bundle. We know they're including Fortnite with both Xbox and PlayStation, I think, or it might be just PlayStation. But just think of all those like weird like exclusive bundles, like God of War came with one of those bundles, and Xbox had their bundles, Forza, and all their other exclusives.
Okay. Well, whenever this does get posted on other social media platforms that you guys can leave comments on, I also want to hear what you guys think. And who do you think won, Sony or Microsoft? Houdini in chat says that's a hard one. I think the all access is tempting as hell, but I think Sony won because of the $100 more. You get the full-fledged experience without a disc drive, and the PS4 Essentials on PS5 make it even more appealing if you're leaving behind a disc collection. Also, Sony will make it easier to develop for the PlayStation 5, so timed exclusives will probably happen a lot.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
I 1,000% agree with that, because if
if you think Xbox and going on with what he said, they're going to have to develop differently for the Series S compared to the X.
They'll basically have to have 2 different games, honestly. Oh, that's fun.
Not big brain moves.
It's not big brain moves. Also, you know what else is not big brain moves, ladies and gentlemen? Trying to be a bot in my chat. That's big brain moves for you not to do. Oh, boy. I hate people. In search of followers, primes, and views? No. We're doing this legit, ladies and gentlemen. I know it sucks, but we're doing this legit. Yeah, but let us know in the comments down below, guys. Or also, if you come into chat and stuff, that'll be the big question of the day. Who do you think won the prize war? I think that makes a big difference. I am not a bop beep boop. How do you know? Anyways, okay. So the next topic I do want to talk about is the iPhone launch. So a lot of people know that normally the iPhones launch in September. But this year, they're going to be launched
October and
November. There's going to be 2 different launches, which that is already confusing to me. But I don't have any articles really for this, just because the articles on these are all fishy in my opinion. If you found that you really like, airdrop it to me and I'll put it on the screen.
What am I searching?
iPhone 12 stuff, basically.
Let me see if I can find something.
Just because find one that you think is actually like usable, because a lot of the ones I checked on last night, I looked for, I want to say 20 minutes trying to find iPhone 12 articles that I could pull up on screen for you guys. They all were shit. They were all rumor based. Not really rumors. I'm hoping that somebody leaked the actual information. So yeah, because
this is recent. This is 12 hours ago.
Okay, cool. So I'm not saying that I may or may not know the prices already, but I may or may not know the prices already. And with this,
remember, this is just the iPhone 12.
See, I hate these naming structures.
Well, if you think about it, iPhone, they're going, by succession. Samsung went from S10 to S20, and then S20 Ultra. So, okay, the Pro models are getting a RAM upgrade.
Yeah. All right, let me throw this up for you guys. Apple Insider? Cool.
So it's a legitimate site.
Yes, because I trust Apple Insider more than anybody else.
There was another site that updated 4 hours ago, but it wasn't a site that I recognized.
Is this it? Oh, this is a nice chart, though. That helps. Or is this the... Oh my gosh. Okay, well, can we not break it broken? Okay, we'll just use up and down arrows. Yes, this is the same article. Okay, cool. So this is from Apple Insider. I trust these guys more than anybody else, honestly. So Apple Insider, I love you guys. All right, so here we go. Wrong bot. Go up. There we go. So this is the Apple pricing. I will pull up on the big TV so we can look at it as well. Next time, I'm just going to use a laptop because this is really, really, really.
And those really aren't final images of the new iPhones either, but
correct.
We kind of have an idea. The body.
Perfect. Does it show the colors on there? Rip. We can look at the colors later.
Further down.
Yeah, it's fine. We can do this for now. This works for me. Okay, well, the chat's going to be in the way, so sorry, guys, we won't be able to reach chat for a minute. Okay, so the new iPhones, they're doing a different naming structure. Again, I don't mind the Pro names. I think they're fine. I just don't like the Mini and Max. I really wish they just did iPhone 12 and 12 Plus, but that's just a personal opinion, though. Anyways, so we got rid of the 5.8, right?
Yes.
So that's one big thing, is that the new series is going to be, for the smallest one, is going to be a 5.4 inch, and that is a little bit bigger than the iPhone 5, right?
Or the SE.
Or the SE. So
yeah, it's pretty much gonna be that same size overall as that phone, but the screen size itself is almost an inch bigger.
It's gonna be stretched out. Okay. I can see that being pretty cool. So the iPhone 12 mini will have a 5.4 inch OLED Super Retina display. Wow! Aluminum body design with dual cameras. The storage sizes are going to be 128 and 256. They listened. They actually listened when I complained last year.
If only they had expandable storage. Maybe that's where iCloud comes in.
Listen, I'm trying, okay? Let's let Apple have one win. Yeah, so 5.4 inch, starting out at $649. Again, I don't know how the phone fully looks like yet. So I don't want to say anything, but if it's going to be the exact same design as the iPhone 5, I will buy one outright. Because I'm actually trying to find something to replace my 5S. If people don't know, I have an iPhone 5S I fixed up. So it's basically my backup phone, but I also like to have one just for fun as well, too. Being able to have a smaller phone, I think, might be better for different times. I don't know. I'm weird. Anyways, they have the iPhone 12 Max. See, why don't they just call it the iPhone 12? Why do you put the word Max in it?
Apple.
Okay. iPhone 12 Max is going to be a 6.1-inch Super Retina display. So both the iPhone 12 mini and the iPhone 12 Max will both have 4 gigabytes of RAM. They are both aluminum with dual cameras. And they both only have the storage sizes of 128 and 256. The iPhone 12 Max is going to be $749 versus $649. So for $100 more, you are getting a lot more screen size. You will be getting an iPhone 11/10R screen size. Now this is where it gets a little bit interesting. So normally the Pro model would be the 5.8-inch. But I guess they got rid of that this year, and they are doing a 6.1-inch Samsung OLED Retina display. Isn't that kind of funny, guys? I think that's fantastic. But yeah, so a new display with 10-bit color depth, delicious. Now, the RAM size is going up from 4 to 6 gigs. Isn't the new iPhone 6 gig, though?
No, it's 4.
Pro? It was 4? Okay. Can't remember our test results. And they're both going to have the triple cameras, and you're able to get a 512 gig as well if you need that big of a size. And that's starting at $999. And then the 6.7-inch, which is the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which was if I got a new phone, that's what I'll be getting. Still, the Samsung OLED Super Retina XDR with Pro blah, blah, blah. 6 gigabytes of RAM. Both of them are stainless steel, and they both have triple cameras. But only the iPhone 12 Pro Max will have that LiDAR sensor that is on the new iPad Pros. And they are starting out at $1,099. The prices I don't think are right in my opinion. Truthfully, I feel like the iPhone 12 mini should be $549, and then the iPhone 12 Max should be $649, and then you can go up to $749. To $999 and $1099. Truthfully, I feel like that can make people a little bit happier because the Galaxy S20, if I'm correct, the normal S20 from Samsung, isn't that $699?
No, it's $999.
Really?
Yep.
What the fuck? Okay. I guess my numbers are really off. I swear to God they lowered that price, but...
Well, it's been 6 months.
That's true. Well,
you might find it that price on eBay or something.
That's true. But I just don't think anyone's going to pay $649 for...
I mean, I could see a lot of people doing that.
I mean, I would do it just because I like that.
You're going to have that same body style as the 5.
Yeah. And a lot
but have the same internals as... Obviously,
the 12.
The new models. I could see that being a big selling point, plus the 2 cameras. Ultra wide and wide angle.
Yeah.
Lenses.
Yeah, I can see you actually doing well.
Some people like that small form factor.
I mean, I'm one of those people, even though I do love the bigger screen size, because again, I like having bigger screens because I'm blind. Well, not fully blind, but you guys know what I mean. But in that same format, though, I would also like to see that price a little bit more down. Because if you think about it, the cheapest iPhone that you can get would then be the SE.
I could see them doing a revision to that.
So what I would like to see is they do the iPhone SE as the iPhone 12 mini and raising it by $100. So instead of $399, it'll be $499, but you get 120 gigabytes of storage, but you'll still get the iPhone 5 body style with the iPhone 12 internals, but just call it like iPhone 12 or call it SE Gen 2.
Or bring back the 5.8 and just call it 12.
Something like that. because I don't like how there's not a 5.8 one, because there's a lot of people who would use a 5.8 case still. So it's interesting. I think 6.1 inch is a better screen size in general. I think that it is a much easier screen size to make than the 5.8 inch, and that's probably why they're going for that at a double time, because I think those are easier to manufacture. But that also, I could be wrong with that. I don't know what Apple's cost is to make these phones. So let's scroll down on here a little bit. I love that style. I really love that iPhone 5 style.
And it's going to be thinner, too.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, there's not going to be any chargers in the box, but I mean, you'll get the cable, but that's it.
Yeah. Can we see the different colors? Question mark. Just so I can show you guys. So this is kind of a mock-up a little bit. So here you see the 5.4 versus the 6.1 versus the 6.1 Pro versus the 6.7. So the big difference between the iPhone 12 Max and the iPhone 12 Pro is just that aluminum to stainless steel body. More RAM, obviously. The difference is pretty much different, but the body style is going to be pretty much the same. Just the stainless steel is going to be a little bit heavier.
Yeah,
that's going to be the real difference. What else is on this thing I can show you guys? Face ID, fuck off. A14 processor, fuck off. 5G, everybody. 5G. It's not our area. So, okay. This is still annoying in my opinion. Also, I forgot to mention this too. The iPad Air is going to be USB-C.
that is true. And it's going to come with a power adapter.
I guess we should probably add that in as a later thing. So, hold on. Hi, YouTube people. We forgot to mention as well that the iPad Air is going to also have USB-C versus the Lightning port, which I'm very happy about. And it's also going to have a proper charger inside the box, because, they're only skipping that out on the iPhones.
Sooner or later, all phone companies are going to do that. Next Samsung phone is going to have no power adapter in the box.
Don't follow trends, please. Please
That's
don't.
what they did with the headphone jack.
I know. What makes it worse? Yeah, interesting. Very, very interesting. Alrighty, well, I guess this is going to be our last topic of the night tonight. So again, I don't know a whole lot about this. This obviously just happened, I want to say, half a day ago, really, to me, but a day ago for a lot of other people because I don't sleep. Microsoft bought Bethesda for $7.5 billion. I don't know what to say, really. Yeah. So
I mean, that's I can't really pronounce it. I mean, they got some real good exclusives, but I still don't see it making a big impact.
Yeah, so
that's just me.
Here's the big thing. I like Bethesda games. I don't think they're horrible. But noting on what Microsoft did to Rareware, I could see these IPs dying very quickly. The reason why I say that is because look at all their other IPs. What's the one they mostly only focus on?
I can't remember.
I'll give you a big hint. Starts with an H.
Halo.
Ends with an O. Like that's the main thing they always worry about.
That's Xbox's big exclusive.
You know.
That's the only reason why I'm getting an Xbox is Halo.
Oh yeah, and also Gears of War too. I forgot.
And Gears, yeah, Halo and Gears.
So stupid, but
Sony's got the exclusive market down.
That new
And with the Call of Duty partnership, they're just owning it.
pretty much. So here's a big thing. I'm not going to read the article just because I don't really think we really need to read fully in depth into what an accusation is. But in general, I'm not the biggest fan of this move. I just don't think that this is going to make people buy more Bethesda games. And actually, Max and I had a good conversation about this at work, saying that I don't mind this happening. I think this could be a good thing. You know, this could be a good way for Microsoft to say, hey, new Fallout game, Fallout 5's coming out. It'll be exclusive on Xbox Series X and S for blank amount of time, right? So Microsoft having those type of exclusives, I feel like could help them out. But I also feel like that could also hurt Bethesda games in general. But now that Bethesda is not really
They made
its
their
own
money.
company anymore, they're just going to be making the money what they make from that, you know. I really wish that Microsoft did more with their IPs in general, because I feel like Microsoft could still be dominating if they really focus on just core game design and core gameplay. Because right now, they're so worried about getting this brand new technology out there, where for $200 less, you're getting absolutely shit performance.
Not worth it.
You know,
worth it for some, but
their IPs don't really work that well. You know, I think Bethesda games are great. I do like Doom. I do like Fallout 4 a lot. Fallout 76 can suck a dick. And there's a lot of
I
other
feel sorry
games.
for those people who bought Fallout 76 at full price.
Me. I played it 3 times and I got so bored of it.
I spent $20 on it, and that was the worst $20 I've ever spent.
Just, yeah. So, someone on here on a Twitter post says, great, I think Microsoft has been a good parent company for gaming IPs, and they don't have a grudge against me, so maybe I'll be able to re-engage with some of my old titles. And that was from John, what's his last name? John Carmack? Guys, the screen is so small, I'm so sorry. I think it's Carmack at D_AA. I want to say Carmack? Something like that?
I can't see it from here.
That's very true. I can barely see the name from here because it's so blurry. John Carmack. Okay, I think I figured something out. I've been doing great this week, guys, okay? I'm only gone slightly insane. Yeah. But, I don't know. Chat, what do you guys think? Because obviously, I feel like chat's gonna have more information about it than we would. I
only just seen the story. I haven't looked into it much.
Yeah, like pretty much all I was told was like yesterday is that my friend came into the break room and was like, "Hey, so what do you think about this?" I'm like, sure. I took a look at it right before we talked about it, and lead programmer of Doom, Wolfenstein, and Quake. Okay, cool. That's good. John Carmack. Okay, cool.
I have to look more into that.
Yeah.
Or read more into it.
I think he's too happy. I am mad at this. Anger. So I guess this could be another good chat question. Why are you guys upset at this happening?
If you're upset.
Some people might be very happy about this, which great for you guys. I don't really have an opinion on it, to be very honest with you guys.
I don't really play games from that company.
You know,
anyway.
I play Doom Eternal only because my mom wanted it, and we played it for a little while and she never picked it up again. So that says anything. But in general, it's a fine company.
I played Skyrim.
Yeah.
I played all those, but other than that, I didn't really play many games from that studio.
I always play them by Bethesda games on PlayStation. Same. Either PlayStation or PC for me. So, yeah, it happens. That's one part. The other part is that Microsoft killed their IPs. That is true. A lot of Microsoft IPs I have not seen in years after they've done like one or two more games and that IP is done. Like if Microsoft cannot make like bank from that IP, they're going to basically get rid of it. And that's one thing that Sony doesn't really do that much. I mean, I have seen Sony kill a few IPs, but only because
they're smarter about it.
But that's also because the games were to the point to where everyone was like, go ahead and kill it. And the last thing is that it feels like they are cheating because they have bought every IP they own. The other two create studios and make new IPs. That's very true. Sony Studios is very good. And Nintendo has their own in-house studios for Mario, Zelda, and then obviously the Pokemon Company works with Nintendo super closely to do marketing.
They do a bunch
of
like events for their exclusives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Obviously, guys, with this being such a brand new story, I don't have the most information on it, so I do apologize for that. I just wanted to show it, just to give a little bit of acknowledgement to it. I think as games come out, would really answer like the age-old question: like, was this a good or bad thing?
Overall, I think it's going to be a good move for them.
Yeah, I can see that working. You know, and also one big thing too is that since you're moving to Microsoft, you have Game Pass. And Game Pass is on PC. So I could be getting a lot of my Bethesda games on PC.
And a bunch of Android phones, too.
Oh, yeah, with the new Xbox xCloud. So, we could talk about how Apple hates everything. But, you know, that's a story for another time. Because that could be its own episode if you think about it.
Yeah, you know, going back to the whole Fallout thing, you know, if they made a Fallout 5, like how Fallout 4 was.
Yeah.
I'd play that nonstop.
Yeah.
I love Fallout 4.
Especially when you're able to get mods and stuff like that too. Like make it really unique and quirky and fun after the first few playthroughs of finding everything. It's a very fun game. So time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. Time will tell on that. But yeah. So for everyone who is here for the recording portion, for the recording things, we want to thank you so much for hanging out and being with us. The first official episode of TechBois. We're going to try to do this again
soon.
In 2 weeks, I think is our goal. If we can do it sooner, we will. We promise. But every 2 weeks is a little bit easier.
I wouldn't say easier, it's just conflicting schedules.
Yeah. Hey, Target, give me a schedule that I can work with. Anyways. Yeah, but for recording people, thank you all so much for hanging out. Here. And for everyone on stream, we're not leaving yet. We're going to do some Q&A with stream. We're also going to talk about just a few other things, too, I just want to talk about. So, I have a few complaints I want to talk about on stream. So, but yeah, for everyone on the recording, thank you all so much for hanging out and watching. But if you are live, stay here and stay tuned. Because I have some shit to talk about. All right, listen. So in the beginning of the show, we talked about pre-orders. With these, you know what? No, I'm actually going to record this. Fuck it. I'm recording this because this is going to be its own separate video. Pre-orders are pissing me off right now. You guys want to know why they're pissing me off? Let me help you guys out, okay? So, It's time for me to complain for a minute because anger. Okay, here we go. Pre-orders are really starting to piss me off right now, especially after all of the Sony and Microsoft, with all of the Sony and Nvidia bullshit that happened. Something else that pissed me really badly, that really makes me want to throw hands right now, is this game right here, Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Now, everyone can complain about the game itself, but I want to complain about pre-ordering this game. I am someone who does not like to bash on companies, right? This game is fine. It works. It's whatever. Okay? Here's my problem. This copy I got day one out of store. I pre-ordered this game the day that this game was announced.
And you finally get it.
It just arrived today. It is Tuesday, the 22nd. This just arrived today. And you know, I'm not even going to lie. See this company right here that has the little bullseyes on it? I wonder what company I ordered it from.
It's imagine what your PS5 pre-order and Xbox Series X pre-orders are going to do.
This is what's making me more upset. And this is why I really wish that we would do in-store pre-orders.
We used to, and then that stopped. And it wasn't because of COVID.
I get the whole, like, obviously when you do a pre-order, you're taking online stock, right? But if I'm able to walk into the store and just buy one of these and get a really cool little magnet set as well, too, I got for free. If I can get this day one and still use every type of discount I was able to get for that pre-order, why the hell would I even pre-order the game? It would make no sense.
They
to pre-order.
also offer no pre-order bonuses.
Exactly. So we're gonna do an unboxing right here, right now, live on the show. I'm gonna open this right now, just to kind of show you guys. So this was from Target.com. I'm joking. I'm not gonna get the address. That'd be fucked up. No, let's open this up. So let's see what's inside of here. All right. So a nice little paper. And the game. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing cool.
Nothing exciting.
Nothing excited. You know what? You know what I got for free because I but I freaking got it from store? I got this. A freaking magnet kit of all 3 games and all being real magnets for free because I bought it in store. All I'm saying is that the whole reason for pre-orders is to get something on day one. Am I not correct in that statement?
Oh, you're correct.
So when I looked at my thing and it said that I may or may not get mine on release, I'm like, you know what? They said the exact same thing for my Switch Lite, but my Switch Lite came in the day of the release. I had no problems with that. This is my first ever pre-order. I have actually not arrived on day one and arrived 5 days late. This should have been sent to my house day one. Not shipped day one, given to me in the mail day one. That's all I'm saying. This should not have happened whatsoever. This game has enough copies to make it to anything that you need. I don't know if I don't. There's no context to this or anything.
That's just how the PlayStation 5 and Xbox is going to be.
You know, but in general, if you're not going to be able to do day one, that needs to be said on
you should be given an email.
the site. Now, in the email, it did say that it did show that it's supposed to arrive Thursday. And I'm like, really? Thursday? I'm like, I was thinking that they just had a wrong date or something. And I understand that sometimes dates are just wrong, right? And but even when it was wrong on my Switch Lite, I got it perfectly fine.
Sometimes Amazon delivers something early. Because I've had certain things that I bought that wasn't supposed to come out for a certain day come 2 or 3 days earlier.
My copy of Mario Odyssey, I bought it on Amazon and pre-ordered it. I got it, I think a day or two early, and I was able to play without any problems. Just showing that multiple companies can do this better. And for a multi-billion-dollar company like Target, who should have zero problems with this whatsoever, this is really, really, really annoying. Especially if we're already having problems with PS5 pre-orders, there should be zero problems with getting a stupid Switch game on day one. And I'm not trying to complain to Target. I'm not trying to complain to Nintendo. All I'm saying is that the point of a pre-order
is to get it day
one. If you're not able to do that, don't do the pre-order. Just say, we're not doing pre-orders for this game. You can come in day one, and we'll have more than enough copies in stock for you.
And we had more than enough copies.
And we had 1 trillion copies of the game. So, and I will be saying this run of the game is going to be very, very limited. There's only going to be like so many of these made, and you're only going to be able to buy these in realtors until the end of March next year. But in general, I have more copies of these than I had anything else. An entire 5 case full was filled. Let's talk about how amazing Sunshine was. That's not the time for this. Let's not talk about.
That's a topic for you to discuss because I don't have it.
Yeah, you don't have it, and you probably aren't going to play it if I gave it to you anyway. So
probably not. I mean, I might, but
I mean, you're more than welcome to take that game and play for a little bit if you would want to try it.
I'm not worried about it.
So, but here, let's read our return policy on here, eh?
I hear that enough at work.
Go fuck yourself. All right, cool. That's our return policy, gentlemen. No, but I don't know if you guys would like this or not, but I have thought about doing a TechBois kind of like a news show type deal where I would just stand in front of the camera and maybe once a week pull out a story or two and just throw it up on the channel. Or if I find something interesting I really want to talk about, I can throw it up on the YouTube channel or Instagram or whatever. But this game itself, it has enough controversy to where I could put a whole episode up. So the game isn't bad, in my opinion. Like, obviously the insides are really cool and stuff, and I do like how it does give the soundtracks and crap, but it's just not what I would say it. It's just not what I would say from Nintendo as a quality product. and that's hard for me to say because, as most of y'all know, I am a Nintendo fanboy. This is the first time I'm actually very upset at a Mario game. I've been upset at ports before, but that right there is his own cup of tea. So, yeah. Anyways, that's the end of that rant. I'm sorry. I just had to make that publicly known.
How terrible your pre-order experience was.
That this was shit. That I do get that sometimes you can't get things on day one, and I get that. But make it only like a day after or something like that, and give me an email saying, hey, there is no way in hell we're going to get this to you day one, but we got you for day two. Like, if they were telling me that, I'd be like, you know what? No problem. I can handle waiting a day. But waiting this long, if I didn't buy the game so I could play it on stream like 2 or 3 days ago, I would still be waiting for the game until today. That's just all I'm saying. Like, that's such a long time for the game there's already reviews of this game out. Like that just shows that having this game day 1 or day 2 is very, very important for a reviewer or a streamer standpoint, since this is what I do when I'm not working at work. I do gaming on Nintendo Switch consoles. Hopefully
I can get into the whole streaming deal one day.
Yeah, so chat, since we're just going to talk for a few minutes before we head off for tonight, one thing I want to ask you guys is that DJ is wanting to start streaming here soon, and we need some ideas. He needs some ideas and help.
Well, it's not ideas, it's just I've never done it before. Not like never done it, but I've never like had a camera.
I hate people. Anyways, what does he like to do? Play a lot of Pokemon Go.
Well, no, it's
only Pokemon Go. He plays no other games except for Pokemon Go.
I play a bunch of console games.
Only Pokemon Go. I'm joking. I'm being an asshole right now. But, yeah, no, Houdini, I already got him using Streamlabs OBS.
I don't know how to use it.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, all of you are coming in now when the show's done. I love it. I love my chat. I love you guys.
I'll get better in time.
Yeah.
I have to do some test stuff too whenever I actually start.
Don't be afraid to stop the game and read out chat. That keeps people engaged. I've been busy setting up for a new birdie additions to the family. Oh, nice. Well, congratulations. Speaking of congratulations, Raphael, in 1 hour Central Standard Time, will be their birthday. So that will be a fun thing. Anyways.
Yeah, my problem, if I'm going to start streaming, is trying to, like, stay engaged. Like, I'm like, super focused. Like, whenever I start something, I'm focused on it.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to, like, pause something and then, but that's, something like that is a... What do you say? In time thing that I'll get better at.
Yeah. Once you do it, I feel like it'll become more natural as you get through it. And also, like, it does help when you have a chat that is, I don't want to say constantly going, but when you have a chat that is able to keep contact and stuff, or if they see something like really funny that they can do like clips and stuff and make those type of things, like those also really help out too, especially since a lot of times you may not always be playing a game too. Like you might also be, you also might want to take some time and just chill with chat. Maybe you got food delivered, so you can go and just chatting and just chill and watch some funny videos while you eat on stream. I do that all the time, but also I'm just fat, so just happens like that.
I don't know if I'd be able to eat on camera.
I don't care anymore. Oh boy. What do you got? This lady pissed me off with tires. Luigi is fat. No, it's F-A-T, not P-H-A-T. You know it's by now.
Why is she doing that?
I don't know. Not that one. That one. No. Phone. Thank you. Anyways. Do a face rig. Oh, God. Face rig is annoying to set up once you get it.
I have no idea what it is.
Play Fortnite. Kids love that game.
Oh,
yes.
No.
Only play Fortnite. Fortnite only.
I played
everything.
when I started, what was it? Season 2 or whatever, not recent, but when it first came out, not
Chapter
the first,
2, yeah.
not chapter, whatever, there was season 1 and season 2, until like season 11 or whatever, and then they started the chapter thing. I played between 2 and 5, and that was it for me.
Yeah. Also, the screen went out again because.
And I wasn't actually half bad, and then I just stopped playing for a little bit, and then everyone starting to build crazy structures. Here I am still looking up at them, wondering, okay, let me start over.
Yeah, but a lot of games that he plays is based around single player. So, in a way, he's kind of like me because I'm a bigger
I like
fan
playing
of
single player games more. I used to kind of stream Call of Duty, but never had a camera at all, so it's like I really wasn't streaming in a way. I'm guessing she had a bad day.
That's what I'm guessing. I'm asking her like more in depth.
Yeah, I used to play Call of Duty a lot, but all my friends said they'd play, but I don't like playing something like Call of Duty by myself. So it would be hard to stream that or any sort of like multiplayer game where someone said they'd play but not play. So that's why I've gotten more into the single player games like Last of Us or Far Cry, stuff like that. Like I would play if I think the new Call of Duty is gonna have campaign. I mean, campaign would be nice. Zombies, all that.
Zombies always fun. Play some horror and I'll be there.
Well, I don't know about Five Nights at Freddy. I played. What was it on? Can't remember what I played it on. I just can't get into a game like Five Nights at Freddy's.
I think it just depends on your.
It wasn't like the jump scare aspect of it. It was just the objective of the game wasn't something I was into.
Yeah.
Personally.
How tedious is it? Tedious or annoyance? For me, it just gets annoying after a while, especially if you mess up once. You have to redo everything. Especially if you're at like 5 a.m. at a night and then something fucking weird happens and then you have to start back at midnight again. It's still really annoying. That's just my opinion, though. So.
See, I would get frustrated and then quit and then delete it.
Yeah. Lots of cussing and screams. I do that enough. I do that enough. I do that at work when I'm not supposed to, but I do that enough. Fuck. Oh well. Yeah. So, this is being the first official episode. What I plan on doing with the recording is I'm going to break it up into different stories and stuff, and I'll probably post a story every day. I'll make it a little bit different, and then I'll try to also post the stories on like Instagram and stuff like that. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with Twitter. I just don't know what I can really do with Twitter, but for Instagram, I can just use the stories aspect for now. And I
got a decent following on Twitter when I was part of a gaming organization, but I don't really get on Twitter that much. I could, brand out on my Twitter.
I mean, hey, that's what this all is. It's all just about getting information in. My Twitter exists, yes. My Twitter half exists. I'll use it for pretty much only like 3 things. But I will, though, be making a link tree for the channel, though. So eventually we will be able to give you guys just one giant link. So I'm also going to have a Nightbot be on here eventually. I'll have to get him set up for both the YouTube and the Twitches and stuff. So. Bzz. Oh no. Alright, I gotta mute us for a second. I gotta see what. Temple Run. Yeah, I know. I said that I had to mute because I want to see what my friend said. I didn't want to throw it out on stream. We're not supposed to really talk about, like, if something happens at our job, we're not supposed to really talk about it because it can bring a negative light to the company and I can get fired and blah, blah, blah. Even though
I'll talk about it.
Not saying I'm trying to get fired from the company, but, you know, things like that just happen sometimes, right? Right. Okay. Oh, boy.
The drama's at Target. Don't work there.
Drama is all it is. This is fucking drama and annoyance. Oh, fuck. Oh. It died. What my voice.
Don't work for Target.
But Luigi, customer service is most awesome. Sure. That's what they all say.
But they are all dying on the inside.
I am always happy all the time. I promise that. All the time. Oh, boy.
I have become more and more sarcastic than I ever thought before working there. Now it's just, I don't care.
See, a lot of people don't know this, but my sarcasm comes from my job.
Get me to grow beard. What do you think?
What?
Nothing.
What? How much do we gotta donate to DJ to grow a beard?
Nothing at all.
$15.
I just can't grow one. It gets itchy after a while.
Sure.
What are you trying to get on?
You'll see.
All of them have traffic lights.
Traffic lights. Those three. Normally there's only 2 or 3 ones.
I tried using beard oil.
How much we gotta donate for him to die? $5.
Shit, I'll die for free.
Well, we have to make money somehow, DJ.
I'm talking about just doing it. I've been thinking about it. It's just real itchy, and beard oil is just, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. Probably does help with the itching. I probably could give it a try. I do got it. don't use too much. I've seen. What are you trying to do over there? Password?
Nope.
Oh.
And the screen died again.
Yep.
It's been 15 minutes.
Why don't you just turn your display to always on?
Because I usually don't have the TV on. I just don't want to always have it on.
Well, after this.
Oh yeah, I can do it after that.
Yeah. And with the whole beard oil thing, like I just put a little bit in my hands and like rub it in the hands like lotion and then go through my face. But at some points I kind of was using too much, and then sometimes I was using less.
That's good.
So it's like I kind of gave up on that process. It all takes time. It's all trial and error. I can't remember what company I was getting my stuff from, but I think it was Dollar Beard Club, I think.
Dollar Shave Club.
No, Beard Club.
Uh,
There's like a direct like competitor toward like Dollar Shave Club.
Beard Box.
No, it's Dollar. I think it's Dollar Beard Club. I think it's one with those actual like bearded dudes. There's the owner of the company sits in his like throne and then gets up and just starts talking.
I don't remember, but I think I know what you're talking about, though. I just don't know the name of it.
Let's see if I don't know if they do anything anymore. I don't have to check. Nope, never mind. Let me see Google. I don't know if it's called that anymore. Yeah, I've always thought about it, growing a beard, but it's the whole, trying to keep it maintained was the whole problem.
It's a process.
I'm thinking about it, but
That reminds me, we need to make a Discord for all this crap.
eventually,
Eventually we'll do that.
I still have some of the old boxes I had, so I can see what it was. Oh, that would be a question for you.
What's the question?
Rafael says, now my only question is how to wear a mask with a beard and still be safe though. That would be you answering that.
The main thing is that even though technically the bottom of the beard is being exposed, you have to remember that your mask is supposed to lay flat on your person. So if your mask has like those like bunch up areas on the sides and stuff, your mask is being worn incorrectly. So as long as the mask is flat on your face, as long as there is no extra room at the bottom for air to seep in, you will be fine. Because anytime that I don't have a mask on, I'm usually either just eating or showering. And anytime that I work, I come home and I usually immediately either take a shower, or if I got food before, I'll eat my food, then go take a shower right afterwards. So it's not saying that It's not saying that it's the most safest thing in the world. Obviously, if you want to be the safest person in the world, you would never go outside, right? But in general, the CDC did say that, obviously you want to keep it as brought up as possible. But when you have a beard as big as mine, it's not really possible to do that. So you pretty much just have to work with what you got. So it's easy to do it. It's just as long as you are safe with it is the whole different thing. And also using things like beard oils and that type of stuff do also help with like bacteria and stuff like that that could be on the beard as well. So depending on what your routine is and your grooming routine with like your beard and your hair will also make a difference too. Remember, a mask can only protect so much. Remember that the virus itself can live on multiple things that you could be touching every single day. So, and again, if you set your phone down on a table in a restaurant or something, and if somebody had corona right there, it's right there on your phone. Would you ever think about that? No, you wouldn't, because you'd be so worried about wearing your mask. So, in general, it's just like how people think about wearing rubber gloves is going to protect them from everything. If you touch one thing, that now one thing can be contaminated. And if you take that thing home without you wearing a glove, you're fucked. So it's all about being sure that you are being very safe. Why is it at TechBois? Shouldn't be at TechBois.
What are you trying to do?
I'm creating what's called a link tree. And so what it does is it's basically one link. And you can just tap on that link and it'll take you to the page itself. And so instead of us having to always put all of our different links on there, we can just pretty much use the Linktree link and that'll have all of our stuff on it. So if we would ever go to like a convention or something somewhere, if we would make business cards, they also would have a QR code. All I have to do is scan the QR code and it'll send you that link. It just helps with keeping spam out of chat as much as possible.
Just trying to not pay attention, but focus on creating a link tree.
Yes. And if you guys don't know what a link tree is, hey, self-promotion. My good buddy Hez Retnu actually posted a tutorial on how to create and set up a link tree and how to like use it and stuff. And the creator or one of the creators or marketing people of Linktree liked the video so much they gave him Linktree Pro for life. So that was really, really, really cool. So yeah, just look up Hez Retnu on YouTube. You also can watch my first episode of Spotlight Station where I was the lovely guest and I ranked the Family Feud hosts from worst to best. Self-promo. My voice is starting to die. I'm scared. When my voice goes, that usually means I'm not doing well. Appearance. Pick an image. Select a file. Roll. This is the file. Open.
Yeah, if I was to get some sort of beard like oil, it had to be some sort of like natural, actual scent. Definitely got to keep the bugs away.
It helps. Alrighty. For all the socials that we have right now, this is it. So I can go on here. So if anybody doesn't know about all of our other socials, you guys can all look right here. And all the socials shall be there for you guys. So you guys, make sure you guys follow us on.
Oh man, that would be amazing. Human repellent. I'd spray that at all Karens walking in the Target.
I'll spray it at the boat. I'll spray on the boat. No one needs anything tonight.
Or just spray it throughout the whole store. No one comes in.
I'm fine with that. If I'm still getting paid, I don't give a shit. If we can all just sit in the back room, no one does anything, I'm fine with that for getting paid.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, but for anyone who's watching on Twitch, we are also live on YouTube as well. So, Houdini, not to be the weirdo here, but I know that there are some people that we know who do not like Twitch at all. You can throw them this link and tell them that the next time that we go live, we are live on both YouTube and on Twitch, because we're not affiliated on here, which means that we can do whatever the fuck we want.
I have no idea what that means.
Nipple time. No.
That'd be a little too extreme for me.
It pretty much means that we don't have any restrictions on our content, basically. So that's actually one thing that I was going to talk about with you guys is that I am actually thinking about not putting this channel on the affiliate page and basically doing it to where that we will do a Patreon or something like that, and you guys can get exclusives with the Patreon, and then we'll just charge the same amount as what Twitch would do, basically. So we would charge tier 1 of $4.99, tier 2 of $9.99, and tier 3 of $24.99. And for anyone who wants us to support, they can just use that, and we still get the money and stuff. But that way we can do the streaming on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time, and we won't get in trouble for it.
Tittybit says free to nip.
No, I don't want to get the channel banned yet. We can't get the channel banned yet. We have to become big first before we ban the channel. So, yeah. All in good fun, eh? So, but yeah. But guys, make sure you guys spam this link tree with your friends and all that fun type of stuff. Can we get a TechBois review of that fat ass? Sure. All right, DJ, you now had to review me. Enjoy.
I don't do reviews. You're gonna have to bring someone else in for that.
You're the only person who's awake right now, so you have to do it.
Not me.
Oh. Well,
we work with a couple people.
Yeah, we do.
So we'll bring those guys
I'll
in.
bring Max in here.
Max will want to do stupid things.
Yeah, Max will want to do multiple things to me that I would be very scared of. But you know, who needs to know that?
One day.
Yeah.
The world will know how Max is.
Yeah. It'll be very scary too. You guys should be very concerned. Worse than Wheel of Oof. The Wheel of Oof isn't horrible. I mean, it's bad and it hurts. But the Wheel of Oof doesn't have...
Could bring that on here.
Oh,
one day.
No. Hell no.
One day.
The day that the Wheel of Oof comes on here is the day I am partnered with Twitch. So there, you know what, guys? There's your task. Partner my channel, my personal channel on Twitch. I will do an episode where we have the Wheel of Oof in here, and after every story, we will spin the wheel and do the challenge it does.
I'm down.
But you guys have to, you know what? We'll make it a natural challenge. Being me partner would be way too hard. Here's what you guys got to do. We have to get 100 subscribers on YouTube and at least 50 followers on Twitch. Whichever one comes first.
I would like to review the new consoles whenever those come out. But that's if we can get them on day one.
So that's actually our goal, is that day one, we plan on doing it like a full-on filming day.
You know, what we could do day one is, like, we can travel to all the stores in our area, Metro East or wherever, and get one of each.
Yeah.
Like, I get PlayStation, you get Xbox, or vice versa, or whatever. Or get both.
I mean, if you guys want to help us get both,
no.
I won't be able to afford that, but...
I'm just going to get the PlayStation.
So, tear them down and show us the insides.
Strip them naked.
I think there's someone else who will do that a little bit better. But no, that would be something I would actually really want to do. So, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. When I go into work tomorrow, I'm gonna take off the 10th and the 12th.
I could take that whole week off.
I mean, I could too if I really wanted to, but I don't know if it should or
Well,
not.
the PlayStation's out the 12th. Xbox is out the 10th.
Mm-hmm.
You could take the 10th through the 17th off.
Yeah, I could. Because technically, that's not holiday time.
Not yet.
And that's more than a month in advance. They can find someone to replace me for a few days.
With me being scheduled for Tech more, then,
Yeah. Probably watch Spotlight do it. They gonna be mad. I mean, not really.
they don't care about us.
They don't give a shit. They're like, oh, you want to take a week off? How about you fired? Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm like, all right, sure, why not? Just give me my last paycheck, nice and full, with no tax taken out. Sure, I'll do it. Shit, I'll run the fuck out.
We did have a team member pass away a couple years ago, and the next couple days he was replaced. So they don't care.
A company's a company. They're gonna make their money somehow. So, but yeah, I don't know. Would you guys want to see us possibly make a Patreon to help out with getting things for the show, like lighting, or I don't know, helping us get money or something? Help us quit our jobs.
You wouldn't want to quit your job.
No, I want to quit. I want to quit Target. I am out of there.
I mean, one day. After a certain someone leaves.
Oh, yeah, no. It'll also be like a good 3 years for at least, in general. But anytime before that, out. O-U-T. I promise 5 a month. Awesome. Well, we'll Patreon and not OnlyFans. DJ, are you okay? Are you okay if we do?
You do the OnlyFans.
I mean, would you mind a little bit of stuff on stuff? Question mark. Maybe what we could do is we'll have the first tech OnlyFans. I will pose naked.
Instant ban.
But it's OnlyFans. It was what it's meant for. It's meant for softcore porn. But I'll post naked next to technology that I really like, and you guys can subscribe to that, and then you guys will all be burned for the rest of your lives. Your eyes will be fucked. DJ's just like, oh god, why am I here right now?
No comment.
What's wrong with you guys? Oh my god. Don't worry, I'll talk to Bella Delphine, okay? We'll just figure out what we can do with her. Well, OnlyFans is actually anything you want to be. Porn is just really popular, yeah. Or use a console or computer. Oh my god, stop. Stop, Rafi.
I mean, you can do that.
Stop. Oh my gosh. You can sell pics of your cat if you want. I mean, here's a problem though. I don't have any pets.
You can buy a pet.
I could buy a pet.
You know, PetSmart has adoption events.
I know. I'm really thinking about getting a dog and a cat soon, but I have to be out of here first though, cause they don't want pets. So yeah. But all right, we'll look into the whole possibly doing Patreon crap. Because basically how I would do it would be this: is if we do Patreon, then I'm not going to affiliate the Twitch channel. But if we want to do Twitch affiliation, we won't do Patreon. But that problem though is that once we become Twitch affiliates, anything streamed on Twitch until the end of that stream has to be only on the Twitch platform for 24 hours. And for me, I feel like we have a wider range if we do both YouTube and Twitch at the exact same time. I feel like we could hit a bigger audience. Now, for people who are on Twitch, they get to see it. Then people on YouTube can see it too. Join their Patreon. I'll post pictures of my cats on there. Yes. We will get all of you to get pictures of pussies, a.k.a. kitty cats.
Or doggies.
Or dogs. We will make a pet Patreon. I don't give a shit. We'll find something to do.
My dogs need treats.
Yeah.
They're kind of chunky.
Who wants to give DJ a bark box? 'Cause those are actually pretty cool if you've ever used them before. Birds, fish, got it covered here. Yes. Everything. Amazing.
I could probably share you a picture of my dog.
Yeah, and you also just put it up to the screen too, because I don't have a way to go from my phone to the screen.
Here, you're better at that.
Unplug yourself. Cool. All right, here's a picture of DJ's dog. Oh my eye. There you go. There's DJ's little doggo.
She's a rescue too. I don't know if I should show the other one though, the demon.
The other dog hates everybody. I think
I got a picture of her. She's old.
I mean, I feel like she's getting used to me.
To you, yeah.
To me, not to anybody else. This is the other doggo. Now this doggo, if you ever meet it, will try to bite the fuck out of you. But after you've been around for
she's an old lady.
She'll come around a little bit. They are well fed. Yes, they are.
Oh yeah.
Very
well fed.
Anytime that I'm over there, they're eating. Or anytime that I barely even bring a drink into the house, they look at me and it's like, you got food. They don't let us eat.
They're beyond fed.
System. Display. Wait, there's power and sleep. $2 is fine enough, I think. I think 2 hours would be fine. You know what? 5 hours. Oh, there's never. That's better. Go away now. There we go. Now the screen shouldn't turn off anymore. Now I can disconnect my phone from it, since we're just reading chat. Excuse me. Oh boy. My cat Umbreon is a chonk. Chonky boys. Chonk is chonk. Oh, everybody loves chonk. Boop. Don't hate me, guys, I promise. I'm just doing it because I want to. I am Nightbot, basically, guys. So, alrighty. Well, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and end off the stream. I might do an after party over on my channel in a little bit. I think you're going to head home, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So, but we'll do a little after party for a little bit, and maybe we'll work on some projects while we're doing here. So, yeah. Let me get OBS and stuff switched over, and let me get rid of these. Paper Mario, if that's what you guys want,
I would
we can
rage
do Paper
on
Mario.
Paper Mario.
Yeah, it's a very time-consuming game. I mean, if that's what you guys want, we can do Paper Mario for a little bit. I just need to move the tables away, and basically just heat up 2 slices of pizza, and I'll be ready. So, because I have magical powers down here. Because I can open and close the garage door by a button down here. Because I might have stolen it.
Why don't you get yourself an air fryer down here?
That is actually my next purchase for down here. It's because
a pizza oven.
Oh, I have a toaster oven down here. I have a toaster oven and a microwave I bought at $1 at a garage sale.
Can't beat that.
No, you can't. And it's like a 1200 watt microwave too. It's huge. I love it. So, But yeah, I got some pizza down here. I'm gonna put it in the toaster oven. It's nice and cheesy, you know. So he's got 2 streams at most, or 1 good 8-hour stream. I don't think I could do an 8-hour stream just because I do work tomorrow. I could try going for at least like 5 hours if I can. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, make sure you guys follow both myself and DJ on our social platforms. DJ is going to start streaming here soon. Eventually, sometime this next week or so, maybe I'll go over to his house and we'll figure out a way for him to stream and stuff, because I ran Ethernet cabling all in his fucking basement so he can play everything on Ethernet. So now we just got to get you actually streaming
and set up.
So, but we can do that eventually. But yeah, alrighty. Well, that's gonna be it for us. So DJ on Twitch is twitch.tv/DannyK1193.
Yes.
And obviously, most of you guys know who the hell I am. But if you're very new, don't know who I am twitch.tv/TheLuigiMaster1000. So come say hi. And also, we do have a possible duo stream coming up here at the house, or the studio, however you want to call it, where we'll both be streaming on different PCs, but we'll be playing like the same game, whatever. And we're going to test out the internets for a little bit. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, so
I wouldn't mind playing Fall Guys or Among Us.
Yeah,
or...
I'm actually down to play Fall Guys if we do that, because that's not a really intensive game for anything like that. So LAN party, basically, doing a LAN party where we both stream. I think that'll be a lot of fun. So
yeah,
we'll
looking forward to it.
We'll try to do that eventually here soon. But yeah, we should be back within the next week or 2 with another episode of the TechBois podcast. I will try to get these cut up over the weekend and get them posted. If I can post them before Monday, I'll try. But if not, I will post like one story every weekday. I'll keep the weekends open. So, yeah. But to everyone who's been on here, thank you all so much for watching. For everyone who is new to the channel, make sure you guys follow on Twitch and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm going to post it one more time. This is our link tree to TechBois. So anything TechBois that we have right now that's just remotely set up is on that link tree. We will be making a Discord, and eventually we'll make a Patreon here soon to do all that type of stuff. So, but yeah, thank you all so much for watching and hanging out with us tonight. And I'll see you guys over on my channel within the next 15 minutes or so. And then we'll see DJ soon.
Eventually.
We'll get him set up soon, guys. I promise. All right.
Bye-bye.